Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name I'm so sorry. My name is Queenie for this. This episode was just pure jokes, you guys. This episode was pure jokes. Oh, my name is Queenie for those who don't know me. Reviewing Love is Blind. No, get out of... Sorry, everything's hectic. Love is Blind Season 4, Episode 3. Okay, before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. You can also follow me on my other platforms as well. All that information is in the description box down below, as well as the Discord, which you can still join and still watch the show with us. It was too funny today. Okay, so let's get into the episode. Micah and Paul have we were left on a cliffhanger of their whole meeting, and so we see them meeting, and you know, Micah handled herself better than I expected.
Oh my god. What? Oh my god, that felt insane. Hello.
It was so strange.
Oh my god, hearing your voice through your face is so weird.
I know. It's combining the two that's gonna be, I think it'll come over time.
Two things that annoyed me. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Girl, say it one more time. Say it one more time. She said it too damn much. That's number one. Number two, I don't want to dig too deep into it because she could have a nervous, like this could be her nervous reaction. But I saw she was very into herself. She was holding herself a lot, leaning into herself a lot, just recoiled. She recoiled away from Paul. And that to me was a little bit like, oh, something about this interaction was off. It could be nerves, but I feel like it's a little bit more. So after Jackie told Marshall about Josh's declaration for Jackie's feelings, unbeknownst to Marshall, she decided that, you know what, Marshall is the better option for me. I forgot her name was Jacquelina. I've been calling her Jackie as if that's her name. So I'm going to say Jacquelina. She had said, you know what, Marshall's the better person for me. He feels the same. And well, he proposes.
I did not want to see Josh after that because Marshall is just the better choice for me.
He starts explaining everything, and I just was like, right. He's not walking out of here with you. That's all I know, and that's all I care about.
I'm glad that you responded that way because it showed me that you cared.
Will you marry me, Jackie?
Of course I'll marry you. I'll marry you 1,000 times.
I know she hasn't, I know she hasn't seen everything that we have seen, right? But I am always weary of people who justify lashing out by saying, it's only because I care. And so Jacquelina was saying to Marshall, she loved how he was so passionate about his response to Josh's declaration because it shows that he cares, and he co-signed that. And I'm like, no, we don't need to justify unhinged behavior out of, oh, it's because I have strong feelings for you. You can still have some decorum and act like an adult. I'm giving her grace because she didn't see how it went. And honestly, it wasn't like super bad, but it's alarming enough for me to be like, okay, when you're experiencing these big emotions, how do you respond to them? Because one day those big emotions could be directed at me. How are you going to react with me? That's all I'm saying. I do think that Marshall is the better option in terms of seriousness, because in the previous episode, Josh did say he loves competition. He's here for the game. He wants to be the victor. You never want to be with a person who sees you as a conquest. So Marshall does seem more genuine in that sense, but I feel like Marshall is a flight risk. We're yet to see if that's going to be true. Kwame says that Chelsea is just rising up the ladder. Okay. The cream is coming up to the top. And I don't know about you guys, but this whole interaction with him telling the other guys and even him talking to Chelsea, I felt like he was trying to convince himself to be in love with Chelsea.
I'm very shocked at how into this girl I am. Chelsea has gone from, and I can't believe it myself. I really love talking to her. Chelsea? Chelsea! Wow. I know! Your confidence in yourself, your confidence in what we can be, those are qualities that I really have looked for in a partner for a long time.
I know that he likes her. I know that the interest, the attraction is mutual. But it was just off. It was just off. You know, this was obviously his second choice. I'm sure Chelsea is aware of that. But he's here trying to say like, no, like you're the best. You're so amazing. Like she's so great. She's so great. She's so great. And because she's so great, he must, you know, internalize that. Like, no, she's great. She's great. Like she's not a second option. She's great. She's amazing. Whatever. When he pulled out the guitar, I have to show you how the Discord was going, because when he pulled out the guitar, the chat went up. I cackled to the point that I started to cry.
We'll call it real thing. I just want the real thing. I just want the real thing. All right, you keep going.
I just want the real thing.
Uh-huh.
I just want the real
Hey.
thing.
Somebody even said, this is SK and Salvador's love child. You're not wrong. Zach has an emotional support stuffy, and he's introducing Ralph to Irina. Irina asks if she's the only one to meet Ralph. The answer is no. And so a sweet moment turns sour.
Okay, did Bliss meet Ralphie too?
She did, yes.
Okay, I don't feel special anymore. I can't walk into Bliss making fucking cupcakes for you. You know how hard that was yesterday? You have had 10 straight hours with her.
Yeah.
I've been waiting all day to talk to you. What do you see in Bliss that you don't see in me? I would love to know. She's also way older than me. Like, I'm 25 years old, and she's probably closer to your age, and maybe you see her more as like wife material.
Irina just really, really, really annoys me. The comparison thing is coming back up. Micah did the same thing that pissed me off. Irina's doing it here. And it's not that, you know, you cannot compare yourself to other people, but let's take how Bliss was comparing herself to Irina. She more put it within herself. She's like, I'm starting to act out of character because there's things that are happening with a person who kind of antagonizes me, and I don't like how I'm showing up, and I don't like how you as my potential partner is being okay with that kind of behavior. Whereas when Irina brings it up, it's like digging. Maybe my justification doesn't make sense. I just felt like it was different. I feel like, okay, find the words, because I'm really trying to ride for Bliss here, but I don't think it's working. I just like the way Bliss did it better, okay? Anyways, Irina is just so vindictive to me. And here she is like, why do you like her? I'm so much better. I'm a better woman. I'm great. I'm amazing. You should like me. And there's a saying that says what's understood doesn't need to be said. I'm just leave it there. Zach has this realization that, you know what? Irina is vicious. He used the word vicious, okay? I don't know why he likes that, but he's then talking to Marshall, and he's listing a myriad of red flags against Irina, and then these amazing things about Bliss, and somehow can still justify wanting to pursue Irina.
She's a little immature, and she plays like games, you know, like girl games to try to win a man. I know there's been some shit that's gone down, and sometimes you can have blinders on about someone. With Irina, it's like, this woman would have my back at every step of the way.
At first, I was like, yo, Marshall is not the person that you need to be confiding in, okay? But then I was like, oh, Marshall ain't even saying anything. Most likely editing, but let's go with what we've seen, right? Marshall ain't saying anything. The person who is irrational is looking at your irrationality and can't even say nothing because he knows, oh, this is not a good look. That's a really bad thing. There was an interesting conversation between Zach and Bliss, which I feel like a light came on for me. And so Bliss is talking about how her family tends to not like her partners. Zach didn't really take well to that because of his history with partners and not being accepted because of his upbringing.
You know,
Why did he think that? Like, well, what about them did he not like?
They just like weren't good enough.
It makes me nervous.
It worries me that you're worried about like acceptance and like, you know, I don't understand that really.
don't worry about my family. If my family like doesn't like you, that's not going to change the way that I feel about you.
She pointed out how he seems like somebody who needs validation, and because he constantly feels understood, he's yearning for acceptance in most areas of his life. And I see that same trait in Irina. So I almost feel like he wants to go for Irina because he sees himself so much in Irina, and because he believes that she's misunderstood, he wants to be the one to give her what he wasn't able to get when he was coming up. You know what I mean? So he even has a conversation with her like, I don't understand how you don't see how beautiful you are. You don't see how amazing you are. You should know that you are A, B, C, and D. And I think in him affirming her, he's inadvertently affirming himself. You know, somebody in the Discord also made a point that he might want to latch onto Irina because of their upbringing being so similar, whereas Bliss seemingly comes from a very put together family, and that might intimidate him. He doesn't want to look like the person who is bringing down Bliss's stock, basically. Like, he doesn't want to feel he's unworthy to be with her or to be a part of that family. So yeah, it's an interesting one with Zach. I think he's latching onto Irina for all the wrong reasons, but hey, that's your choice. So Jacquelina and Marshall are about to meet. And, you know, you see Marshall saying she could have a gold tooth, she could have a stump for a leg, and I will still love her the same. Jacquelina's like, well, hold on now. Because looks do matter to me, okay? And if he looks like a tree monster, I'm going to have to work on it. But I think that was a projection because even on herself, she was like, I don't have the biggest breasts. I don't have a big bum. You know, what if he's a person who likes those things that I don't have? And I'm like, baby girl, it's okay. You cute. He cute. Y'all are cute together.
Hi.
Hey.
How are you?
Beautiful. You are beautiful. Let me see you.
Oh, you better.
The only thing I hated about this interaction was the moaning. Why are we moaning? Why are we moaning? I get the sense that Marshall is a little bit more of a metrosexual kind of guy, which doesn't bother me whatsoever. It's just the moaning. The moaning. Go ahead and strut your stuff. Go ahead and, hey girl, whatever. The moan. Bliss and Irina decide, you know what? This tension between us, it's so unnecessary. We are pursuing Zach. We're not pursuing each other. So we shouldn't even be at each other's throat, right? They bury the hatchet. Zach now has to choose. Well, he doesn't have to choose because they buried the hatchet, but he had to choose regardless. And he chooses Irina over Bliss.
You are so amazing. You're brilliant. You're caring. You're...
Are you breaking up with me?
I really do love you.
Now, I am of two minds because, of course, I'm annoyed that he's choosing Irina over Bliss because Bliss is the clear better option. And then I'm like, hold on. Thankfully, Bliss doesn't have to deal with Zach because I think those insecurities that Zach has being partnered up with Bliss are true. It's not insecurities that he's fabricated in his mind. I do think that he does need to step it up a little. Oh, this sounds so bad. This sounds so bad. Like, professionally, he's great, but internally, there's a lot of healing that needs to be done. And I think that Bliss is farther along on that track than he is. And there might be an imbalance there. If she's willing to be patient, cool. But if she's not, it might wane on her to have to deal with somebody who just has so much more self-work to do. She doesn't have to because he didn't pick her. But then I'm also like, on Zach's end, I want you to want better for yourself. And I'm so sorry. Irina is not that girl. Irina is just not that girl. But hey, you made your choice. You made your choice. I damn near forgot that Kwame was even here. But Kwame and, what's her name? Chelsea. Kwame, you know, gave the speech of his life. The speech of his life, honey. I didn't hear a damn thing. I did not hear a damn thing. I don't know where my mind was at, but he proposed. She accepted, of course. So now when it's time for them to meet, he finally gets to take the little white girl to the prom, I guess.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, look at you. Look at you.
Look at you. You're good?
Yeah. Yeah, now I'm definitely looking forward to to Mexico. Yeah.
Me too. You should probably get down on your knee.
Oh my God. Okay, you're right.
Just remember, who has more game, me or you?
Wow.
Alex, Kwame, Owosu, Mansa, Apia. Yes!
Baby, they should have had their honeymoon in Greenland, because if it ain't snowing, Kwame ain't going. If it ain't snowing, Kwame ain't going. He got his little snow bunny. He is a happy chap, okay? Yeah, I don't know. Kwame, I teeter on the line of saying how I really want to feel, because I know some of Kwame's friends are in the comments. I've seen you. Hi. Sorry. But yeah, all the best to you. And I'm saying that to Chelsea because Chelsea had already shared in the pods, she's tired of being the one to carry, being the one to affirm them, being the one to really take the lead. And here she is again in the proposal taking the lead. I'm like, okay, I don't know if she just has a takeover spirit or if Kwame really just needs to be led this much. It's going to be a pattern in your relationship. It is. I don't see her having the takeover spirit in the way that Zainab had, but definitely she's going to be more of the leader in their relationship, similar to Zainab and Cole. You know what I'm saying? So, all the best to you, babes. Last but not least, we have... Last but not least, we have Zach proposing to Irina. Why this man burst out in song?
I was aching, breaking down. The bluest sky the blues had found. I found myself a Blarney Stone. Irina, you take my blues away.
Easiest yes of my life.
These men, they are just so moist. These men are so moist. I can't. Oh, it's gonna be a long season. It's already a long season. We're only on episode 3, you guys. But wow, these men are moist. Goodness me. So we made an executive decision to watch the reveal. And boy, was it awkward. It is by far the most awkward reveal of the season.
Good to see you.
Nice to meet you finally.
You want to sit down?
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
you look exactly like what I thought you'd look like. Yeah.
Really?
Except for you're taller.
I don't know why you look like a fictional character. You look like something out of like a cartoon.
I know.
This is so beautiful. Just a hug for now. I think it's a lot for me for this one.
Now, I don't know if homegirl meant the whole you look like a cartoon thing as a compliment. I know I wouldn't say, you know what? Some people do say that to me. They're like, oh, you look like animated. Yeah, you know, now I'm wondering if I should have taken offense to that, but people tell that to me all the time. So it could be taken as a compliment. Zach, however, is unsure if it's a compliment or not. She does think that he's very intense. He was just staring into, you know, her soul, and she was like, damn, can you blink a little bit? I don't know. It was very cringe. It was very awkward. I can't even tell if there's an attraction there for real, because the way that he didn't seem like the Zach we had seen in the pods. It seemed like this was an out-of-body experience for him. So I don't know if it was just overwhelming or if he genuinely is not so pleased with what he's seeing. I can say the same for Irina. She was kind of doing the similar thing as Micah, kind of like recoiling. So I'm like, what's off with this situation? We're going to see how this goes. The honeymoons are now beginning. God bless us. I just know it's going to be a hot ass mess. I feel it in my spirit, but here we go. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.